Hello VC, I'm going to show you some rare stuff out of my hometown, Omaha, Nebraska. I'm going to start with something that's almost impossible to find. This is a Polecat Sunbrain Split 7-inch. This is the first ever vinyl release off Saddle Creek. They were called Lumberjack Records at this point. Then they ended up changing their names, but Sunbrain has David Dondero. He's a great singer-songwriter, probably one of the best of my generation. Another famous Omaha band, The Faint. This is their first time on vinyl. It's a split 7-inch with action figures. I actually have several copies of this, but these used to go for big money, but not anymore. But yeah, this is when they're transitioning from their rock to electronic style that we know them now. Another legendary Omaha band, Lullaby for the Working Class, folk rock band, several members, several instruments. Their music is so addicting, it's so awesome. You YouTube them. They're called Lullaby for the Working Class. Has Mike Mogus in it, which is half of Bright Eyes. Another Lullaby for the Working Class. Another great single out of Omaha. There's another Lullaby for the Working Class. This is their 3 singles. That's all they had. They were around for very long. They were on Bar None Records with was Yolok Tango on that label? You know Bar None. Great bands, really good bands. 90s band Mercy Rule. So good. They were actually, I think they were getting signed to a major label, and then something went wrong. They backed out, but they signed papers where they had the rights to their songs, so they had to take it to court to get their music back. It's typical big record industry, a lot of thieves. And we got another more current one, or at least in the last 10 years, Derek Higgins. I can't remember that. Dino Felipe, I don't know if I said that right. The instrumental single they put out, 7-inch. I think it's on colored vinyl. Yeah. I think these are long out of print. You might be able to get one on eBay. It probably wouldn't cost much, probably $5 or so. And another Derek Higgins 45 Digital Sex. This was an amazing single, A and B side. It's a little tough to find, but you can find it. It's on the Post Ambient label. I think that's a local label, maybe. I don't know, but you guys know Derek Higgins. He's been on YouTube in the vinyl community for about 12 years now or so. Fans of what would you call it? Emo music, Cursive. It's their first ever 7-inch on 0 Hour Records. Another Cursive 7-inch, Icebreaker. Super rare. Like I said, a lot of this Omaha stuff, like in the 2005, 2006 period, used to go for big bucks. You can get it for a great price. The music is phenomenal. Here's Cursive's. I'm guessing this is their rarest record, other than if you have a test pressing or something. Disruption of Things. They only made 300 of these. Cursive, if you haven't heard them, look them up. The early stuff. Their new stuff's good too. This is the same record, but it was reissued when the label went from Lumberjack to Saddle Creek. This was the reissue, alternative cover art. It's on standard black. I like this cover better, it's cool. This is Tim Casher, he's the lead singer of Cursive. This is a rare online order only. I think there's only 100 of these. Tim Casher, solo stuff's good, check that out. Tilling the Wall, local band. They haven't done anything for a while, but they're like a 60s jingle pop sound. They got, instead of a drummer, they got a tap dancer. This is their very first single. It's really rare. It's on green. Pretty cool cover. Protoculture. I just found these like 3 or 4 months ago. Great find. They've been pretty much forgotten about around here, but or everywhere. But great records. You can find these for $8 to $10 online. Well worth the money. Trust me. And probably the biggest band ever to come out of Omaha. We got 311. That one. Grifter. Some remixes. These are all 7 inches, by the way. Uplifter. Uplifter. Dougie from 311 is actually my wife's cousin, second cousin. Another Conor Oberst band, Bright Eyes, Desperacidos. What's that? He does that stuff with Phoebe Bridgers. Better. I'll think of it later. I've been drinking. Desperacidos, probably one of the rarest Conor Oberst related records you can possibly get, other than, like I said, test pressings. Another early Commander, this band's called Commander Venus. Conor Oberst, Bright Eyes was in this band. He was probably 15, 16 when this record came out. And this record is on blue. You don't see these anymore. It's another Commander Venus. The album cover is actually a napkin. It's also got Norman Baylor, which ended up being the Faint. That's what makes this super cool. And I have a test pressing of it. Actually, I have 2 test pressings. I think there's only 3 test pressings, and I own 2. I was in the right place at the right time. The Wrens, another high school project of Conor Oberst, has a couple members, 2 of the girls from Tilling the Wall in it. Park Avenue, super rare. There's Conor Oberst with Bill Hoover. This is a live deal in a bar here in Omaha. You probably won't find one of these. These used to sell for like over $200. Now you can probably get one for $50, but the market's really fallen out on some of these Omaha bands, because in the early 2000s, from 2010, Spin, Rolling Stone, they covered them so heavily it made the hype go super high, and the records were just skyrocketing. But they've fallen now. But Bright Ice, Susan Miller Rag, that's a hard one to find. Split 7-inch Books and Bright Eyes. I think there's only a couple hundred of these made. This mint copy.